Kevin De Bruyne's life is a testament to resilience and determination. Abandoned by his foster family, betrayed by his girlfriend who cheated on him with his teammate, and discarded by his manager at his lowest point, Kevin faced a series of crushing setbacks. The media labeled him a flop, but despite a life filled with rejection, Kevin refused to give up. Through sheer perseverance, he rose to become one of the greatest football players of all time. So, how did Kevin De Bruyne transform from a reject to a football superstar? This is his incredible story. On June 28, 1991, Kevin De Bruyne was born in Drongen, a small town in Belgium. Growing up, Kevin lived a relatively normal life, but his heart was always set on one thing: football. From a young age, he would spend hours playing in the garden, often breaking pots and causing chaos with his relentless kicks. His parents eventually banned him from using his right foot in the garden, a restriction that would later prove pivotal. Today, Kevin's ambidextrous ability is one of the traits that sets him apart from even the most elite professional players. At just 6 years old, Kevin joined his local football academy, where he quickly stood out as the best player. Despite being a shy and reserved child, Kevin's confidence on the pitch was undeniable. He wasn't afraid to voice his frustrations when his teammates couldn't keep up with his level of play. "Let me talk. Let me talk," he would often shout, eager to take control of the game. Recognizing his potential, Kevin knew he needed to surround himself with better players to continue growing. At the age of 8, Kevin took a significant step forward by joining the academy of KAA Gent, one of Belgium's top football clubs. This move marked the beginning of his journey toward greatness, as he began to hone his skills in a more competitive environment. Little did he know, this was just the first chapter in a story that would see him overcome countless obstacles on his path to becoming a football legend. Kevin De Bruyne's journey is a powerful reminder that success is not defined by the setbacks we face, but by how we rise above them. Stay tuned as we delve deeper into the life and career of one of football's most inspiring figures. Around his hometown, Kevin De Bruyne spent 6 years at KAA Gent, where history repeated itself. Once again, he was clearly the best player on the pitch, but his frustration grew as he felt let down by the quality of his teammates. Off the field, Kevin was shy and reserved, often seen as weird by those around him. On the field, however, he was loud, demanding, and unafraid to express his anger when things didn't go his way. So, when the opportunity arose to join Genk, the best football club in Belgium, Kevin didn't hesitate. At just 14 years old, he made the life-changing decision to move to the other side of the country by himself to join the Genk Academy. Little did he know, this move would mark the beginning of one of the toughest chapters of his life. Kevin describes his first 2 years at Genk as the loneliest of his life. Still a child, he was placed with a foster family organized by the academy to provide him with a home during the season. However, Kevin's shy and introverted nature made it difficult for him to connect with others. He kept to himself, focused on his studies, and poured all his energy into football. When the season ended, Kevin returned home for the summer, relieved to leave behind the isolation he had felt. But his relief was short-lived. As he arrived home, his parents greeted him with disappointed looks. Confused, Kevin asked what was wrong. They broke the news his foster family didn't want him back. Shocked and hurt, Kevin asked why. The answer came in 6 crushing words: "It's because of who you are." The foster family had found him too quiet, too weird, and too difficult to handle. For Kevin, this rejection cut deep. Not only did he feel betrayed, but he was also left without a family to stay with for the upcoming season. To make matters worse, the foster family had labeled him a troubled kid to the club, which refused to pay for another foster family. As a result, Kevin was sent to a boarding school, a place meant for troubled children. It was a far cry from the supportive environment he needed. Those 6 words, "It's because of who you are," haunted Kevin. But instead of letting them break him, he used them as fuel. Kevin channeled his anger and rejection into a burning determination to prove everyone wrong. He made a promise to his parents. Within 2 months of returning to Genk, he would earn his place in the first team. This period of adversity became a defining moment in Kevin's life. It taught him resilience, self-reliance, and an unshakable belief in his abilities. As we'll see time and time again in Kevin's story, he had an extraordinary ability to turn setbacks into stepping stones. His journey from rejection to redemption was just beginning, and it would ultimately lead him to the pinnacle of football greatness. Stay tuned as we explore how Kevin De Bruyne overcame these early struggles to become one of the most celebrated players in the world. In his first month back at Genk, Kevin De Bruyne found himself on the bench for a youth match. Little did anyone know this would be the moment that changed everything. At halftime, he was subbed on, and with the words of his foster family echoing in his mind, "It's because of who you are," Kevin unleashed all his anger and pain on the pitch. In his own words, 1 goal, they don't want you anymore. 2 goals, too quiet. 3 goals, too difficult. 4 goals, they don't want you anymore. 5 goals, because of who you are. Kevin scored an astonishing 5 goals in just 1 half. This incredible performance became the turning point in his career. It earned him a call-up to the first team, and he fulfilled his promise to his parents with a couple of days to spare. After this breakthrough, something unexpected happened. The foster family who had rejected Kevin came back, claiming the whole situation had been a misunderstanding. They realized Kevin was a star in the making and regretted their decision. But this would become a recurring theme in Kevin's life: rejection, followed by redemption, and the regret of those who had doubted him. Kevin's response was firm and decisive. He told them, "No, you threw me in the garbage. Now that I'm doing well, you want me back." This marked a pivotal moment for Kevin. He was finally on track to achieving his dream, and nothing was going to stand in his way. In May 2009, Kevin De Bruyne made his first team debut for Genk. Over the next few years, he continued to grow and improve with each passing season. By 2011, he had become a key player in the team, helping Genk win the Belgian Pro League for only the 3rd time in the club's history. He achieved this alongside his teammate and close friend, Thibaut Courtois. At this time, Kevin also began dating a girl named Caroline. However, both Thibaut and Caroline would later betray Kevin in one of the most painful ways imaginable, but we'll get to that soon. Things were looking bright for Kevin. He had made his debut for the Belgian national team in a friendly match against Finland, marking the beginning of Belgium's golden generation. Alongside talents like Eden Hazard, Romelu Lukaku, and Thibaut Courtois, Kevin was part of a squad brimming with potential. Most importantly, Kevin was finally happy. He was regarded as one of the best young talents in Europe, and his future seemed limitless. But as we'll see, his journey was far from over. Challenges and betrayals lay ahead, but Kevin's resilience and determination would continue to define his path to greatness. Stay tuned as we delve deeper into Kevin De Bruyne's journey, exploring the highs, the lows, and the moments that shaped him into the football superstar he is today. Kevin De Bruyne's stellar performances at Genk caught the attention of Europe's top clubs, and it wasn't long before offers came flooding in. After careful consideration, Kevin opted for a £7 million move to Chelsea, signing a 5-year contract. Chelsea fans were thrilled, seeing him as the potential successor to club legend Frank Lampard. The plan for Kevin was clear. He would be sent out on loan in his first season to gain valuable first-team experience. For the 2012-13 season, Kevin was loaned to Werder Bremen in the Bundesliga. It was here that he truly began to shine. He recorded an impressive 10 goals and 9 assists. marking the best tally of his career up to that point. His performances were so outstanding that he was awarded the Bundesliga Young Player of the Year award, solidifying his status as one of Europe's most promising talents. As the season came to an end, Kevin returned to Chelsea with high hopes. Initially, it seemed he would be loaned out again, as several German clubs were eager to secure his services. However, Chelsea's new manager, Jose Mourinho, had other plans. Mourinho personally called Kevin and told him, "You're staying. I want you to be a part of this team." For Kevin, this was a dream come true. He was finally going to prove himself at one of the biggest clubs in the world. But little did he know, his life was about to take a devastating turn, both on and off the pitch. Kevin had been in a relationship with his girlfriend, Caroline, for 3 years. However, during an unexpected trip to Madrid, Caroline met up with Kevin's friend and international teammate Thibaut Courtois. What followed was a betrayal that would leave Kevin shattered. Caroline and Thibaut began an affair, and to make matters worse, Caroline publicly spoke about it in an interview, stating, "That evening, Thibaut offered me what I had not received from a 3-year relationship with Kevin." The betrayal cut deep. Not only had Kevin lost the trust of his girlfriend, but he also felt betrayed by a teammate he considered a friend. The emotional toll was immense, and it began to affect his life both personally and professionally. The Belgian national team coach spoke to Kevin during this turbulent time, offering support and guidance. But the damage had been done. Kevin's world had been turned upside down, and he was left to pick up the pieces. This period marked one of the lowest points in Kevin's life. Yet, as we've seen time and time again, Kevin De Bruyne has an extraordinary ability to turn pain into motivation. His journey was far from over, and the challenges he faced would only fuel his determination to rise above adversity and achieve greatness. Stay tuned as we explore how Kevin overcame this heartbreak and betrayal to become one of the most celebrated footballers in the world. The betrayal by his girlfriend Caroline and his teammate Thibaut Courtois left Kevin De Bruyne in a dark place, both emotionally and professionally. The Belgian national team coach offered him the chance to ban Courtois from the squad, but Kevin chose to take the high road. Despite the pain, he decided to maintain a professional relationship with Courtois, though he would eventually get his revenge in his own way. More on that later. The emotional turmoil began to affect Kevin's performances on the pitch. One morning in December, Jose Mourinho called Kevin into his office. The manager bluntly laid out his stats: 1 assist, 0 goals, 10 recoveries. Mourinho then compared these numbers to the other midfielders in the team, making it clear that Kevin was no longer in his plans. Realizing he had no future at Chelsea, Kevin was sold to Wolfsburg in the Bundesliga just a few weeks later. This was an all-time low for Kevin. Not only had he been betrayed by his girlfriend and teammate, but he had also been deemed not good enough by his manager. The pain was overwhelming, but Kevin had been through tough times before. This time, he channeled that pain into fuel for his comeback. At 22 years old, halfway through the 2013-14 season, Kevin arrived at Wolfsburg angry and determined to prove everyone wrong. He quickly adapted to the team's style of play and began rebuilding his confidence. Reflecting on this period, Kevin later said that Wolfsburg was where everything changed for him, not just on the pitch, but off it as well. It was during his time in Wolfsburg that Kevin met the woman who would become his future wife. He noticed a girl liking his tweets and wanted to send her a message, but his shyness held him back. His friend, seeing his hesitation, grabbed his phone and sent the message for him. That small push was all Kevin needed to step out of his shell. The girl, Michelle Lacroix, would soon become the love of his life, bringing stability and happiness to Kevin during a time when he needed it most. With his personal life stabilizing and his confidence growing, Kevin began to flourish on the pitch. He used the pain of rejection and betrayal as motivation, transforming himself into one of the most dynamic midfielders in the Bundesliga. Wolfsburg became the stage for his career resurgence, and it was here that Kevin began to rebuild his reputation as one of Europe's brightest talents. Kevin De Bruyne's journey is a powerful reminder that even in the darkest moments, there is always hope for a comeback. Stay tuned as we explore how Kevin's time at Wolfsburg set the stage for his rise to becoming one of the greatest footballers of his generation. Kevin De Bruyne entered the next season with Wolfsburg with a fire in his heart and magic in his boots. He delivered an extraordinary campaign, finishing the season with 16 goals and a record-breaking 28 assists in all competitions, shattering the Bundesliga assist record. His incredible performances propelled Wolfsburg to a second-place finish in the Bundesliga and victory in the German Cup. Kevin's brilliance didn't go unnoticed. He was named Bundesliga Player of the Season, cementing his status as one of the best players in Europe. His stellar form attracted the attention of top clubs, and it wasn't long before Manchester City came knocking. At 24 years old, Kevin decided to give the Premier League another shot, signing for Manchester City for a club record £55 million. The English media was quick to label the move as a waste of money for a Chelsea reject. But Kevin was ready to silence the doubters once again. His first season at City got off to a flying start. He scored crucial goals in big games, quickly becoming a fan favorite. However, disaster struck halfway through the season during a match against Everton. Kevin suffered a serious knee injury that sidelined him for several months. The timing couldn't have been worse. Kevin's wife, Michelle, was 8 months pregnant with their first child. Feeling helpless on crutches and unable to support her as he wanted, Kevin faced one of the toughest challenges of his life. Yet, this difficult period became a turning point for him. He realized there was something more important than football: his family. With Michelle's support, they navigated through the challenges together. Kevin later reflected that this experience gave him a new perspective and a deeper sense of purpose. Kevin made a stunning comeback from his injury, scoring on his very first game back. His resilience and determination shone through as he finished the season strong, proving he belonged among the Premier League's elite. As the season came to a close, Manchester City announced the arrival of a new manager, Pep Guardiola. This marked the beginning of a new era for the club. And for Kevin, under Guardiola's guidance, Kevin would go on to reach even greater heights, solidifying his legacy as one of the greatest midfielders of his generation. Stay tuned as we explore how Kevin De Bruyne's partnership with Pep Guardiola transformed Manchester City and elevated his career to unprecedented levels. When Pep Guardiola arrived at Manchester City, a new dynasty was about to begin in the Premier League. In their first conversation, Pep told Kevin, "Listen, you can easily be a top 5 player in the world. Top 5, easily." For Kevin, this was a new feeling. For the first time in his career, he didn't have to prove someone wrong or fight against rejection. He no longer needed to use anger as fuel. Instead, he had a manager who truly believed in him. All he had to do was prove Pep right. The 2016-17 season was a foundational year for Pep and Manchester City. Kevin was in scintillating form, scoring 7 goals and providing 21 assists across all competitions. Although the team didn't win any major trophies that season, Kevin's performances earned him a 14th place finish in the Ballon d'Or rankings, marking him as the 14th best player in the world. It was a strong start, but Kevin was determined to climb higher. The 2017-18 season was historic for Manchester City. The team dominated the Premier League, finishing with a record-breaking 100 points. Kevin was instrumental in this success, contributing 12 goals and 21 assists. That same year, Belgium achieved their best ever World Cup finish, securing third place. While many believed this golden generation of Belgian stars, including Kevin, Eden Hazard, and Romelu Lukaku, could have won a major trophy, internal issues, perhaps stemming from off-field drama, held them back. Still, it was a remarkable achievement for Kevin and his national team. Kevin's individual accolades continued to grow, as he finished 9th in the Ballon d'Or rankings, just 4 spots away from proving Pep's prediction right. The 2018-19 season was tougher for Kevin, as he suffered another significant injury that kept him out for a large portion of the campaign. Despite this setback, he returned to help Manchester City secure a domestic treble, winning the Premier League, FA Cup, and League Cup. In 2020, Kevin missed out on the Premier League title, but etched his name in history by equaling Thierry Henry's record of 20 assists in a single Premier League season. This achievement solidified his status as one of the greatest playmakers of all time. He was also named Premier League Player of the Season, confirming he was the best player in England. However, due to the COVID-19 pandemic, the Ballon d'Or was cancelled that year, leaving Kevin's global ranking uncertain. In 2021, Kevin finished 8th in the Ballon d'Or rankings, inching closer to the top 5. The following year, he helped Manchester City reclaim the Premier League title, contributing 19 goals and 15 assists. His performances earned him another Premier League Player of the Season award and, more importantly, a third-place finish in the Ballon d'Or. Kevin had finally proven Pep right. He was officially one of the top 3 players in the world. The 2022-23 season was monumental for Kevin and Manchester City. The team achieved a historic treble, winning the Premier League, Champions League, and FA Cup. Kevin played a pivotal role in this success, and his performances earned him a third-place finish in the Ballon d'Or for the 2nd consecutive year. But the season held an extra layer of satisfaction for Kevin. In the Champions League semi-final, Manchester City faced Real Madrid, pitting Kevin against his former teammate and betrayer, Thibaut Courtois. In the first leg, Kevin scored a stunning goal, and in the second leg, he was instrumental in a 4-0 victory. For Kevin, it was a moment of sweet justice and personal redemption. As we look ahead to 2024, Kevin De Bruyne is 32 years old and still in his prime. He has won countless trophies, both individually and as part of a team. He has overcome the rejection of his foster family, the betrayal of a teammate, and the doubts of critics. He has proven everyone who doubted him wrong and rewarded everyone who believed in him. Kevin De Bruyne is undoubtedly one of the greatest players to ever grace the game. And with his prime years still ahead, he continues to write his name in the history books of football. Thank you for joining me on this incredible journey through the life and career of Kevin De Bruyne. His story is one of resilience, determination, and triumph over adversity, a true inspiration for anyone facing challenges in their own lives. I hope you found his journey as captivating and motivating as I did. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more stories about the legends of football. Your support means the world and helps keep these stories alive. Until next time, keep believing in yourself and turning setbacks into comebacks. Thank you for watching.